Okay. Welcome to everybody to my studio. I'm Marco Fanton. And welcome to the Fractal Saturday Live again. Okay, today I wanted to speak about how I recreate the sound of my similar sound of my tube amp. I wanted to show you. Let me show you. Okay. Sorry. If I try. Okay, stop sharing. Okay. As you can see, this is my tube amp. Okay, this is the microphone, sorry. It's my tube amp. Okay, fortunately this is a problem with it. Okay, this is the amp connected to the Fractal XFX3 in 4 cables mode. And also I'm using the X load dummy load connected to the amp. Okay, it is absolutely necessary because I have no cabinet here, physical cabinet connected. So the output, the speaker output of the heads is connected to the load. Okay, and from the load I go into the to the Fractal XFX3. I wanted to show you and share you how it's connected. Okay, so let's stop the music. Just a moment. Okay, let's go to the editor. First of all, this is the original cable, 4 cable modes. In the upper row there is the all the effects before the input of the amp. The rules are always the same. You have some effects that you have to insert before, and some other effect, typically the ambient effect, has to be placed after the cabinet. In this case, you can see the amp and also only the cabinet. You can see the amp because the amp is a real amp. I have the compressor. I'm using the last citrus juicer, very nice. I like it. There's a bit of noise. Why? Where do? Okay, there is some hash. Okay, I don't know where. Maybe it's here. Okay. Okay, this is the noise gate was not updated. So I have some effects before the amp. So they have the compressor. The rule are always the same. The volume and the wah. You know the circuits. With the Amplex, I can decide if I want to work with the volume and or with the wah. It depends of the input select. I assign input select on row 2. That means the volume. Okay. When I have the scene A and when I have scene B, I assign the input to the row 1 where there is the wah. So in the scene, I want to use the volume. I have to select the channel A. In the scene where I want to use the wah, I select the channel B. Super easy. Okay, you should know very well this method. Then I've also put a driver, okay, or phaser, pan tremolo, what you want. This is not necessary. My basic effects are the compression, volume, and wah. Typically, drive, phaser, and some are always switched off. But it's absolutely up to you. Then I set the output 3. Output 3 is connected to the input. It's connected to the input of the. Let me show you. Okay, it is connected to the input of the tube amp. Okay. Then the tube amp speaker output go to the load, okay, to the X load to simulate the load of the cabinet. Then there is the line out of the X load that go to the input 4. Of course, I can use input 3, but in this case, I use input 4. Doesn't matter. You have 4 inputs and 4 output, physical input and output on Fractal AxeFX3. Sorry. Okay, then I use the cabinet. In this case, I use the last amazing Valhalla Holy Grail cabinet. Okay, I already show this impulse response, but of course you can use what you want. And what's really interesting, I use the real-time analyzer that helps me to show the frequency of the sound I wanted to create. I will show you later on. So I have the volume. This is only a booster to boost up the volume for the lead, for example, and the typical circuit for the ambient effects: pitch, detune, delay, plex delay. I have also the looper and reverb. You should know very well this. The main part of this, tutorial is the using of the real-time analyzer. Real-time is available only on AxeFX3. Okay, but to me it was easy because I started from the AxeFX3 and I translate and I save the preset also for FM9, AxeFX3, FM3, not for AM4 at the moment, but I'm working on, and I believe to release the version for AM4 very soon. Okay, guys. So this is the preset I typically use with my tube amp. Okay, I wanted to show you the simulated version. Okay, so simulated version is the MF Custom 50. Custom 50 is the name of the amp. The amp is a boutique amp made by my friend Massimo Mantovani. Massimo Mantovani is the guru of the guitarist in Italy. He works with a lot of very, very famous guitarists in Italy. Is very well known and create this boutique amp. It's not a standard amp. This is the reason that I try to recreate the sound, because you cannot find this amp in the market. Okay, only from Massimo. And this is the circuit. As you can see, it is pretty similar, except the fact that there is the amp, of course. Now the cabinet is absolutely the same. There is this parametric EQ. The parametric EQ is not only this, but it is the element that let me the possibility to go close to the sound I want. In any case, my target is not to replicate exactly one by one, and I don't expect that to have the same knob position. My target is to get the best sound I want, and because the other things are, to me, as nonsense, are null tests. I know there is this word, null test. Null test. Oh, I've seen some tutorial that make the comparison between the real amp and the model amp. Okay, for what? For nothing to me. Okay. So I prefer to work with the amp model, and I wanted to try to search a amp that are close to the amp I want to replicate, and work with some other tools like parametric EQ or some other advanced programming in the tube amp. Okay. As you can see, this parametric EQ is not so. It's simple, let's say. There is only this hole on the frequency, hole on the 630, okay? And there is a small boost on the 1100 frequency. This result comes from the real-time analyzer that asks me to understand why this sound, this amp sounds in that way. And I put also the same real-time analyzer, also the same effect. The rig itself, it is absolutely the same. The main different are the amp and the parametric EQ. The amp doesn't exist in the previous one. I show you again. Okay. The cabinet is absolutely the same. I copy the cabinet one by one, and I add the parametric EQ. So let's come back again to the real amp. And what I do. Hi guys. As you can see, real-time analyzer give you a very nice information about the spectrum of the frequency you use. Let me increase the noise gate. So if I play a chords, and give me some information. One of the most relevant information, as you can see, is this one. So, first of all, I start from the fact that this sound, I try to test some different amp, and I find out that the sound of this amp is pretty close to the Soldano amp. So I pick the Soldano, in this case the rhythm. Let's switch off the EQ. This is the sound of the models, the Soldano rhythm models. And this is the sound of my amp. So let's check the real-time analyzer. Identified that there is a hole just on the 600, 630, that is the band. And then there is a peak. Okay, this is the amp and this is the model. I try to create the same holes and peak with a parametric EQ. So I continue to switch between two presets, and I try to tune up the sound as much as close as possible. My target, as I told you, is not to get the same, exactly the same sound, but I wanted to find out the sound that is similar and also is good sound. Okay, so for example, I can hear there is more bass frequency on the original. So I can increase, for example, the depth or the bass. There are more high frequencies. Okay, this is the difference, because after I create the same sound, I tweak some EQ because I wanted to get a different sound, to be honest. And so now you can hear some difference, but the core of the sound is pretty the same. So I can increase the presence. I can also increase it. There are more bass frequency here, so I can go to the increase the depth. The depth are the bass frequency of the power amp. So bass, middle, and treble regards the EQ of the preamp. Presence and depth are the high frequency and bass frequency of the power amp. Okay, I can work with the same method, increase the presence. In any case, I prefer to reduce the high frequency, especially because I just used this preset just yesterday during my live gig, and because also when you create a sound here, I have to test the sound also on live gig. I do this for most of my preset, and this is the reason that you can hear some difference. But my target is to show you the method I create this preset, and you can do also the same. What do you need? As I told you, you need the X load, of course, because you cannot let the tube amp disconnected to the cabinet. It is really dangerous for the amp itself. So you have to connect a dummy load, and then you can create the forgeable presets. Okay. And you can, using the real-time analyzer, you can see if there is the main difference on the frequency. Then you have to retouch and to make the fine-tuning of the sound. Okay. The sound is really, really close. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you want to find out the exact sound, you can use the tone matching, of course. But I don't want to use the tone match. I prefer to retouch and to create the much more closed amp. And I have also another great possibility. I remember you on the amp. You have the advanced parameter. For example, for this rhythm channel, I also increase the input trim to have more gain. Okay. I also. The difference between the gain and input trim, it is that the input trim is placed after the capacitor of the bright. It is different. If you increase the gain, you have more bass frequency. With input trim, you have more gain, but without increase the bass frequency. Just because the input trim is placed after the bright capacitor. So this is the reason that there is a slight difference. I use the boost in this case, and I also, for example, set a different speaker input curve. This is also important because I have a resonance in this area. I can change with different amp and to make the fine tunes because if you use the Dynacab, of course, Fractal knows the cabinet because this cabinet made by Fractal and set automatically the, as you can see here, the auto Dynacab impedance. I show you if you enable this parameter, okay, and you select, for example, this this channel solo lead. As you can see, there is automatically the input, the speaker input impedance curve is automatically set to the cabinet that the amp expected. But this doesn't mean that is always correct, especially when you work with different cabinets. Just in my case, I now am working with a Valhalla cabinet made by Marshall. Is a 4x12 speakers. Maybe they are G12 30. I don't remember, but is to me is much more close to the Brit TV, for example. As you can see, the curve are a bit different, and this is a pretty significant for the sound, because some part you can use the EQ, but some part you have to use this parameter, because these parameters are also dynamic parameter. And this could be different when you increase the gain, you increase the master output, and so on. So it's much better sometimes to work with the advanced parameter. I know it is okay. It is a super advanced, tricky concept, but I try to do this, and I get sometimes very interesting results. For example, with Brit AX, I don't like so much. I prefer this one. This is the amp. And this is the model. So it is a really advanced process, but it's pretty easy. I like more to work in this way instead to use the tone matching, the profiling, and so on. Why? Because at the end, in your hand, you have a model, exactly the model of the new virtual amp. And I have many possibilities to work with the boost, for example. Okay, if I switch off the boost. If you make a profile, you cannot switch off the boost. Boost, it is an option of the model. It's not. If you profile, you can reduce the gain, but it's not the same. Can also show the clean. For the clean, I adopted the same method because the clean is similar to the JTM 45. Okay. This is the real amp. And this is the simulated amp. Sorry. let's try to hear the original one. So it is also necessary to balance the volume, because sometimes the volume difference could be could have a strong impact in the perception of the sound. I forgot the compressor, sorry. Let's try the crunch. This is the simulated. Let's. Here the sound is pretty different, because the crunch on the real amp is obtained by the clean amp plus the boost. With the simulated, I use the rhythm without the boost. So it's a different concept, different sound, but to me, the important is to reach the best. Is more distorted. For example, it is the same rhythm, solo with Soldano, with different channel, with the boost and without the boost. Let's go to the lead. This is the simulated, and this is the original. It's too loud, sorry. Okay, I hope everything is clear. I don't see any question. Okay, there is a comment from Duncan. Picked up a few of your packs for my AM4, loving them. You are rapidly become my to-go resource for the AM4. Thank you so much. This preset will be also available. I'm working on, and will be available very soon, also for AM4. So, guys, I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. Let me know what do you think also in the comment below the video. And this preset is available on my store with the impulse response is already included as usual. It is the last Valhalla IR.80 impulse response made by Marshall 4x12 speaker. It is a 70 years cabinet, very nice. This is the reason that it is called a Holy Grail cabinet. So, I hope you liked this preset. If you have any question, please put the question. And in the meantime, I play something for you. In the meantime, you can place your comments, your question. And I just used this preset yesterday on live gig and was amazing. Very nice, as usual. All my presets are tested on stage, guys. Remember this. Remember this, because I play a lot in the live stage, and I test my method directly for live usage. Of course, you can use this preset for recording, for playing, for live gig. Install it and use it. 8 scenes, clean, crunch, rhythm part, and also lead part. Bye guys, see you next time. And don't forget to put the like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much to G66.